Today, at some point, you got into an elevator, the doors closed, and without thinking about it, without deciding anything, you looked up at the ceiling. So did everyone else in there. Nobody said a word about it. And here's the thing, you've been doing this your whole life, and you have no idea why. Stick around because the answer is genuinely one of my favorite stories in all of psychology. It involves a hidden camera experiment from the 1960s, a scientist almost nobody's heard of, and an elevator company that figured out something about the human brain decades before science did, and then quietly built it into every elevator you've ever used. By the end of this video, you'll never ride an elevator the same way again. And honestly, you'll start noticing this thing everywhere, in waiting rooms, in line at the store, on the subway, because the elevator is just where it's easiest to see. So let's start with the question itself. Why does every single person in an elevator stare at that little number above the door, a number they don't even care about? The best way to see how weird elevator behavior really is a hidden camera experiment from 1962. The TV show Candid Camera put a camera inside an elevator in New York, and then they did something brilliant. They sent in actors, 3 of them. And every time a regular person got on, the actors would all quietly turn and face the back wall. No explanation, just 3 people standing in an elevator facing the wrong way. Now put yourself in that elevator. You walk in, you press your floor, and you notice everyone around you is facing backwards. What do? Here's what actually happened. Every single time, the regular person would glance around, hesitate for a few seconds, and then turn around too, facing the back. No one told them to. No one even looked at them. They just couldn't handle being the only one facing the wrong way. It got better. When the actors all took off their hats, the stranger took off his hat. When the actors turned to the side, the stranger turned to the side. One man rotated in a full circle following the group like a compass needle, with a face that said, "I have no idea why I'm doing this." And that's the point. He really didn't know why. None of us do. Something in that elevator was controlling people's bodies, and it wasn't the actors. It was something much older. To understand what that something is, you need to know about an invisible thing you carry around all day. Your personal space bubble. In the 60s, an anthropologist named Edward Hall actually measured it. He found that humans keep invisible zones around our bodies, and the closest one, from your skin out to about 18 inches, is what he called the intimate zone. That's the distance we reserve for the people we love, your partner, your kids, a doctor, maybe. That's hug distance. Now, do the math on an elevator. The average elevator is about 6 feet by 6 feet. Put 4 strangers in there, and every single one of them is now standing inside every other one's intimate zone. Hug distance, with people whose names you don't know. And your body reacts. Your heart rate goes up a little. You don't feel it, but it does. Your breathing gets shallower. Your brain quietly moves into alert mode, because for millions of years, a stranger this close meant one of 2 things, a fight or a threat. Your rational mind knows this guy is just going to the 14th floor, but the ancient part of your brain never got that memo. So your brain needs an escape. And since your body can't leave, your eyes do it instead. This is where the ceiling comes in. Think about what that floor counter actually offers you. It's above eye level, so staring at it can never accidentally turn into eye contact with a stranger. It moves and changes, so it gives your brain something to process. And it's completely socially neutral. Nobody has ever been offended by someone looking at a floor number. It is, honestly, the perfect escape hatch. And every person in that elevator is using it at the same time for the same reason, while all silently pretending they just really care about what floor they're passing. A sociologist named Erving Goffman gave this whole ritual a name back in 1963. He called it civil inattention, and his idea was bigger than elevators. He said that when strangers pass each other in public, we do a tiny 2-step dance. We notice each other for half a second, and then we deliberately look away. That look away isn't rudeness. It's actually politeness. It's how we tell each other, "I see you, and I'm giving you your privacy." Goffman argued that this tiny ritual is the invisible glue holding every crowded city together. Millions of strangers packed into small spaces, not fighting, not staring, not interfering with each other, because we're all constantly performing this little dance without knowing it. Now, here's my favorite part of this story. Because one group of people figured all of this out before the scientists did. The Otis Elevator Company. Back in the early days, elevators had human operators. An actual person stood in the elevator all day, working the controls. And without anyone realizing it, that person was doing a second job. They were a social buffer, a stranger, yes, but an official one. Someone whose presence made the space feel managed and safe. Then, in the 1940s and 50s, automatic elevators arrived. No more operator, just you, the buttons, and a box. And people did not like it. Passengers hesitated at the doors. Some flat out refused to get in. Riding alone in a machine felt wrong, and riding with strangers, with no official person in there, felt worse. Otis had a very expensive problem. They had built a perfectly safe machine that people were afraid of. And their solution wasn't mechanical. It was psychological. They added mirrors, so your eyes have somewhere to go, and the space feels bigger than it is. They added the floor indicator above the door, so there's always something legitimate to watch. And eventually, music joined in too. So, silence never gets heavy. Look at that list again. Every single one of those things is solving the same problem. Where do your eyes and your attention go? When you're trapped in a box with strangers, none of it is decoration. It's all crowd psychology built in metal and glass, decades before Goffman published a single word about civil inattention. So when you look up at that number tonight, understand what you're really looking at. It's not a floor indicator, it's a pressure valve. Someone put it there on purpose to give your brain a way out. And it has worked so well for so long that you never even noticed it was working on you. So let's put the whole picture together. You step into an elevator, strangers end up inside your intimate zone, hug distance, and your ancient alarm system quietly fires up. Your brain needs an escape. Your body can't leave, so your eyes go up to a spot that was deliberately designed to catch them. You perform civil inattention, the same silent politeness ritual that lets millions of strangers share a city. And then the doors open, you walk out, and you forget any of it ever happened. You've done this thousands of times. Everyone you know has done it thousands of times, and almost nobody ever has asked why. That's the thing that gets me about this story. It's not really about elevators. It's about how much of your daily life is running on automatic, little programs your brain executes perfectly, invisibly every single day, without asking your opinion. The elevator is just the one place where the program is easiest to catch in the act. So here's what's going to happen tomorrow. You'll get into an elevator, the doors will close, and as your eyes drift up to that little number, you'll feel it. That tiny jolt of, oh, I'm doing the thing. You'll glance around at everyone else staring at the ceiling, all running the same silent program, and you'll be the only person in that box who knows why. Enjoy that moment. It's a weirdly good one. And if you want more of these, more tiny everyday things you do without knowing why, that's exactly what this channel is about. See you there.